4 disturbing true online friendship horror stories. Most people think danger online comes from strangers. But the truth is, the scariest ones are the people you talk to every day. The ones who listen. The ones who remember details you forgot you shared. These are 4 true stories about online friendships that didn't end when the chat window closed. Let's begin. Story 1. He knew me better than my friends. Psychological. I was 19 when I met Evan in a late-night gaming forum. It was one of those places where people stayed up past 2 a.m. talking about nothing important, just trying not to feel alone. His first message was normal. Too normal. You play late too? That's how it always starts. Within a week, Evan and I were talking every night. Games turned into life stories. Life stories turned into routines. He remembered everything. My dog's name, the streetlight outside my window that flickered, even the nights I logged off early because I had a headache. At the time, it felt comforting. One night I mentioned I was home alone. He replied instantly, "That's when you usually get anxious, right?" I never remembered telling him that, but I brushed it off. That was my first mistake. After a month, Evan began finishing my sentences, predicting my reactions, messaging me before I logged on. "You're about to sit down, right?" Sometimes he was right. One night he sent a picture. It was my street, not from Google Maps, not blurry, taken recently. I asked him how he got it. He typed for a long time before replying. "Relax, friends look out for each other." That night I scrolled back through our chats. Every detail I thought was harmless. Every small confession. I had given him a map of my life, and he'd followed it. An hour later, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. "Blocking me doesn't change anything. You still live where you live." I didn't sleep that night. Nothing ever happened after that, which somehow makes it worse. Because to this day, I don't know if Evan disappeared or if he decided watching was enough. That was the moment I learned something terrifying. Sometimes, the worst friendships don't end violently. They end quietly. Story 2. The friend who never logged off. I joined a small private Discord server during lockdown. It was nothing special. Just a few people who stayed up late, talking about movies, music, and whatever else kept us distracted. That's where I met Lucas. He never talked much, but he was always there. It didn't matter what time I checked the server. 3 a.m., 6 a.m., late afternoon. Lucas's status never changed. Green dot, online. At first we joked about it. Dude never sleeps. He never responded to those jokes. One night, Lucas messaged me directly. "You're the only one who stays as late as I do." That felt intentional. From then on, he messaged me every night. Not conversations, observations. "You're quieter tonight. You switched rooms. Your typing pattern changed." I asked how he knew that. He ignored the question. During a late-night call, someone accidentally turned on their webcam. Everyone laughed, except Lucas. "You should cover your window," he said. The girl laughed it off. "Why?" Lucas didn't answer. He just left the call. A week later, Lucas messaged me again. "You always check your phone before brushing your teeth." I froze. I'd never said that out loud. Not once. I asked him directly if he was watching me. He replied after several minutes, "Only when you forget I'm there." I confronted him. I told him he was being creepy, that he needed to stop. His response came instantly. I never logged off. Then he sent a file, a video. The video was grainy, shot at night. It showed my apartment building. Then, my window. The timestamp was from earlier that evening. The camera slowly zoomed in. The video stopped. I blocked Lucas everywhere. The server went silent. The next day, the server was gone. Deleted. Every message, every username except one thing. In my DMs, a single unread message remained. From Lucas. Logging off doesn't mean I leave. I moved 2 months later. New place, new routines, but sometimes late at night when I open an app, I still see a green dot. The internet doesn't forget, and sometimes neither do the people watching from the other side. Story 3. We were best friends for 3 years. The comment I first noticed Daniel because he commented on everything I posted. Photos, tweets, random thoughts I didn't expect anyone to read. His comments were never creepy, just supportive. "Glad you're doing better. That exam stress will pass." He felt familiar. Daniel messaged me one night. "Hope this isn't weird. We've talked in comments for a while." That was true. From there, we talked every day, for 3 years. He became the person I told everything to. Breakups, family fights, failures I didn't share with anyone else. He listened, always. When my relationship ended, Daniel was there instantly. "I knew they'd hurt you." That line stuck with me. not felt. New. Still, grief makes you overlook things. I complained about my job. He replied, "That's why you hate Wednesdays." I stared at the screen. I had never told him that. When I asked how he knew, he said, "You mentioned it once, probably." He said that a lot. 3 years in, I realized something strange. Daniel never talked about his past. No childhood stories, no family, no old photos. When I asked for a picture, he said, "I like being the one who listens." That suddenly felt wrong. I searched his username. Nothing. No traces, no history. Then I searched my own name. That's when I found it. A private blog. The blog was about me. Every post was dated. Detailed entries describing my moods, routines, relationships, things only I knew, and things I didn't remember sharing. The author name? Daniel. I messaged him immediately. I demanded an explanation. He didn't deny it. "You needed someone to keep track. You forget things." I told him to stop. His reply, "I've been with you longer than anyone else." That night, he sent one final message. It wasn't words, it was a photo. My front door, taken from the hallway. I called the police. They never found him. The blog vanished. So did Daniel. But sometimes when I scroll old posts, I still see his likes from an account that doesn't exist. 3 years is a long time to know someone. Long enough for them to learn how to replace you.